So this is really gonna be just a casual chat. I haven't really had too much motivation to create videos, honestly, just because like I don't really know what type of videos to create right now. It just feels like an awkward time to be talking about like random topics, and I think I'm not ready for that type of content yet. There's just a lot going on, as you know, like with coronavirus or COVID-19 happening. I have been self-quarantining for almost 2 weeks on my own, not because I feel sick or anything like that, just because I want to do my part and social distance myself. But also I'm an introvert, so social distancing and staying at home comes really natural to me. So I've kind of been doing that, except for going out for groceries. I've experienced a lot of emotions in the past 2 weeks, and I just kind of want to like be open about it and share it, just because I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, and it's not scripted at all. I'm just gonna have like a real chill chat with you and just kind of tell you guys how I've been feeling lately. So I have been experiencing a lot of anxiety because of it. I don't know if you've watched my previous video about mental health, you know that I experience anxiety. I've had panic attacks before, and I stress out really easily. And so if you haven't watched that, I'll go ahead and link it in the cards above. But yeah, this whole thing has gotten me really anxious, and it happens all the time. It makes it honestly like really hard to do stuff, really hard to sleep, really hard to work. I don't have that much of an appetite, and when I do, it's like for junk food, because I just like, I'm stressed, and I just want to let you know like how I'm feeling, and if you are feeling the same way, like you are not alone. Basically, my anxiety comes from knowing people who are immunocompromised or at risk for not being able to recover if they were to get coronavirus. And so I have been stressing about it for like 2 weeks, maybe more, just thinking about those loved ones, like for example, grandparents. They're older, and you know, they're more fragile, and just seeing people who are dying in their 50s and 60s and 70s, like it makes it hard. Like just sometimes I'll go down the rabbit hole and think like, what if it does happen, you know, like it's out of my control, which gives me so much anxiety, because like I just want to put people in a bubble and just like not let them out, not come into contact with any strangers. It's just like all out of my control. Like I can only tell them to like stay in, or you know, but you know, sometimes they need to go grocery shopping, or sorry if this is just a jumble of like random thoughts, but it's just hard. I've had like a couple breakdowns, or just like very near panic attacks about like just thinking about all the different possibilities and like what might happen, and like everything's out of my control, and it just makes it hard to like get over it and like be okay with everything, because like I can't do anything. Honestly, because I'm young, I shouldn't really have to worry about getting it. My health is fairly good, but I got the flu like 1 or 2 years ago, really bad, and it like traumatized me, and I haven't gotten it since. And like I know it's not the same as the flu, but I don't really want to deal with it, and like so I'm really hoping that I don't get it. But yeah, that causes me some more anxiety just thinking about me potentially getting it, like from grocery shopping or whatever. So yeah, that's another thing. But I feel like most of my anxiety comes from like knowing people, mostly family members, who are more at risk. And so all I can do is like do my part, stay in, stay home, practice social distancing, don't hang out with friends. I'm not even seeing my family. I haven't seen my family in like 2 weeks, and I usually see them every weekend, and I'm trying not to, because I just don't I'm pretending like I have it, you know, even though I've been mostly at home for the past 2 weeks. You never know, like, because you can have it without showing symptoms, and that also like gets me anxious because it's like I don't show symptoms, but like what if I am capable of passing it to someone? So, you know, I feel like a burden is on my shoulders to like not pass it to like anyone that I come in contact with. Even grocery shopping, it's hard, you know, because grocery stores are so packed nowadays, but I try to stay my distance. But yeah, sorry, this is all over the place. Anyway, another thing is that I've been getting so frustrated like over the past week or two with people that like haven't been taking social distancing seriously. You know, you're just risking other people's lives. Like, yeah, you can be young and you can get over it. What if you come into contact with another young person and that other young person lives with their parents or, you know, works with other older people? If you don't need to hang out in person, you know, other than outside of work, I feel like you just should not, you know, practice social distancing, do your part. I don't know. It just makes me worry more for people who are at risk, people's parents, people's grandparents, all over the place. And like, I mean, I don't know, I can only do so much. So yeah, I mean, if you're not social distancing yet, it pretty much is like required in the state of California by the governor to like shelter in place, stay home unless you're doing groceries or, you know, going to get medicine or something like that. Try to practice social distancing wherever you are. It doesn't have to be law or, you know, it doesn't have to be required of your state before you enforce it, because this virus is just like growing exponentially. And do your part, you know, care about the people that are around you, care about all the elderly people or all the immunocompromised people in your neighborhood, in your area. It's more than just about you. It's about the community and about the people around you, because you could have it and not know it, and you could be spreading it and not know it. And so yeah, just keep that in mind. I think another thing that's also been really making me more anxious is like I've been hearing recently that hospitals are running out of masks and protective gear, and it just feels so bad. Like, they're on the front lines working with patients, working with people who might have COVID-19 or coronavirus, and like they're running out of gear themselves, and you know, that's the way that they get infected if they're not protected properly. And so I just like really get anxious about, you know, thinking about nurses and doctors getting sick, which, you know, limits the number of patients that they can see and help, which, you know, goes back to the curve and how social distancing is really the only way we're going to flatten the curve. So just really like practice social distancing, stay at home. I've seen this tweet going around lately that says, you know, like they stay at the hospital for us, so we should stay home for them. And, you know, I just really want to express that we should be social distancing now to help flatten the curve, because more lives are saved when we flatten the curve. So this was mainly about anxiety and like how I've had it every single day. It happens multiple times a day, and I have been getting the worst sleep. Like, honestly, if you're experiencing anxiety, you are not alone. And I don't want to like scare people or anything like that. I just want to basically say that, like, if you're having similar thoughts to these, you know, I can definitely relate. I feel like I'm not at a place to like tell you how to cope with anxiety, because like it's been really hard for me to. Definitely let me know if you have any tips on like how to cope with anxiety during this time. Let me know in the comments down below. That is pretty much it. Sorry if this is kind of rambling, but I wish you the best of health. Stay home, stay healthy, practice social distancing, help us flatten the curve, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.